It's round 10 of the championship. We're back in Italy and we're back at the historical venue of Maggiora. We're just about to get underway here on the MX2 start line ahead of qualifying. But earlier today in MX2 time practice, Rockstar Energy Suzuki's Jeremy Sui, you made a really positive start to the weekend earlier.
Yeah, my pre-qualifying practice was pretty good. I was feeling really fresh on the bike, everything like this. I think it's also a good reason is because I finished my school and everything just this week. Now I can start to be a pro, and I'm looking forward for tomorrow.
Absolutely, there's a lot to, when you're doing school and racing, there's a lot to try and focus on, and we have noticed you starting to gain momentum now in your results. Are you looking forward to the rest of the season?
Yeah, for sure. Now I can practice quite different. I have more rest time during the week. I don't have to study and make exams and stuff like this, but I think it's going to be a positive thing now for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Jeremy. Best of luck in qualifying. Someone else who made a really positive start to the weekend was Thomas Covington. Thomas, if I can have a word with you, real good start in time practice earlier.
Yeah, I really like the track here this weekend. I've grown up watching old videos of Johnny O'Mara, David Bailey, and Ricky Johnson all doing work out here, so I was excited all leading up to this race, and yeah, it was good to get a good time in practice, get a little bit of confidence before the weekend.
Absolutely, well, best of luck out there today. And we'll move down and see if we can also have a word with Harry Koulas, if he's still around. Oh, he's here. Harry, I'm going to grab a word with you. We've been missing you for the last couple of rounds. Where you been?
Been home. I had small injury with my shoulder, and before that I decided to do operation with my arms because I've had 4 years problems with my arm bumps, so I needed to do something or something big, you know. So I tried the operation. So we will see how it turns out here, you know, in the World Championships. So far in practice and Estonian Championship it was good. So I hope it will be good also in the GP. So, but yeah, just missed 2 races. Now I'm back. So nice to be here.
Thanks, Harry. Good to see you back. Let's take a look at MX2 qualifying.
Well, Jeffrey Hurling's clearly the man to beat in 2014, just like he was last year. And just before the start of the qualifying race, you can see it started to rain. Prior to that, weather conditions were pretty sunny, pretty hot as well. From Thursday, temperatures in the mid-30s. The gate dropped for the qualifying race, and we're on board with Seva Brilyakov going through turn 1, buried deep inside the pack, as Jose Butron launched past Tonkov to take an early lead. A little bit further back, you see we're on board here with Pauls Jonas and Thomas Covington just going down as well. He was inside the top 10, getting tagged going through the second and third turns. On board with Jonas, and you see Dupre and Tonus go down, and Pauls Jonas gets caught up in that as well. So all 3 riders having to pick themselves up and charge back as far through the field as they could. Up front though, number 84, Jeffrey Hurlings on the Red Bull KTM. Wasted no time finding a way past Butron as Fevra went out. Picked himself up, lost a few places, but he was soon back on track. But Jeffrey Hurlings was trying to make light work of the guys behind him, Butron, Tonkov and Tixier, his teammate, there in 4th place in the early stages. Just behind them on the yellow Suzuki was the number 91, Jeremy Sewa, but he was getting caught and passed there by the likes of Fevra and Dylan Ferrandis. As the race went on, the rain started to fade away as Dylan Ferrandis tried to make his march towards the front of the field. He was battling with his fellow countryman Roman Fevra as Pauls Jonas started to carve his way back through the field. Eventually, Jonas worked hard, came through to 20th place by the time the checkered flag fell. No such problems or dramas for the number 84 though. Jeffrey Hurlings relishing his time on this Maggiora circuit. Hard and slick just like it was last year. But Ferrandis eventually finding his way past Jose Butron, who started to drop down the order to an eventual 9th place by the time the checkered flag fell. Interesting little battle here between the 911 of Jordi Tixier and the 59 of Tonkov. Tonkov got himself up into second place for a handful of laps as Yamamoto went out of 22nd place around about the midpoint of the race. Tim Geiser was on a charge as well and eventually came through to 12th. Having made a mistake as well early on in the race, he was as high as 9th at one stage, lost about 7 places when he fell. Eventually, 911 Jordi Tixier found a way around the outside in a stylish move, pushing the Russian number 59 Alexander Tonkov back into 3rd place with about 6 laps to go. And all the while these two had been battling, the 122, the green Kawasaki of Dylan Ferrandis was on the charge and closing in as well. The usually fast starting number 92 standing construct KTM rider of Valentin Guyot had a mixed race, started in 6th, lost a few positions early on and got his way back into 6th position as Ivo Monticelli, number 128, eventually came home at 8th in what was a steady qualifying race for the Italian. Jeffrey Hurlings though was in a class of his own. Just as much support here for the Dutchman as any of the Italian riders. Dylan Ferrandis, 122, found himself into an eventual 3rd place finish with 2 laps to go. While his teammate, Arno Tonis, made this slick pass on Pauls Jonas to get himself inside the top 20, he would eventually finish in 17th by the time the checkered flag fell. But he will have a hard time in the start of the race come Sunday. Jeffrey Hurlings, though, was masterful once again. He romped to another pole position from Jordi Tixier and Ferrandis.
Jeffrey, well done. You're looking ahead of a possible 40th Grand Prix victory here this weekend. How did it feel out there in qualifying?
Yeah, it felt good. You know, I had a good start, came out top 3 and went into the lead first lap and then just, won with 20 seconds. Riding was feeling really good. I like the track a lot, so hopefully it stays dry for tomorrow and hope to have a good day and, as you said, get the 40th victory under my belt.
Well done. We'll see you tomorrow.